In our first example, we are going to be finding a point estimate for a population proportion. So we have that in a survey of 150 US adults, 1,054 said that they use Facebook. We want to find a point estimate for the population proportion of US adults who use Facebook. So when they ask us to find the point estimate for the population proportion, that's telling us that what we want is the sample proportion. The point estimate for the population proportion is the sample proportion. And the sample proportion is p hat, which is equal to x over n. And I'm getting that formula from right up here. P hat is equal to x over n. So now we're going to actually plug things in here. Remember that x is the number of successes in the sample, and they tell us that 1,054 people used Facebook in that sample, and that the entire size of the sample, because remember that n is the sample size, was 1,550 adults. So we have x over n set up. I'm now going to go to my calculator and divide those, which is going to give me 0.68. I could use, this is our answer for p hat, and it could also be written as 68%. And when we actually go and do calculations, we will use the 0.68 so that we don't have to divide by 100 when we put it in the calculator. Now on the next slide, you will try this example where you have a poll that surveyed 4,780 parents about how often they shop online, and they give you the results in this table. You want to find a point estimate for the following. So I'm going to help you get started on this first part here, and we'll fill in that blank in a second. But we're being asked to find the point estimate for the population proportion of parents who never shop online. When we look at the data in the table to the right, we see that the number of parents who never shop online is 956. So our X value, the number of successes for parents who never shop online, is 956. What we would need to divide by is n, which is not explicitly given to us in the problem. So the first thing that we will need to do, or maybe not the first, but one thing that we definitely do need to do before we can find that sample proportion, is find the sample size. And remember that the sample size is denoted by n. That's why I don't have the denominator filled in right now. To find the sample size, you will need to add up all of the people who responded to the survey. So sometimes, like in this first example up here, everything you need in the problem is given to you explicitly. You're given the value of x and you're given the value of n. Other times, like in this first try it, you're not given the value of n explicitly, but you are given information in the problem that you can use to find the sample size n. So go ahead and try those next two examples.